Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. About 1 day ago, Moses Kuria shared a very interesting post through his various social media handles. A post about Kalonzo Musyoka's return to Azimio. So in this video, I want us to have a look at that post, for it's going to form the basis of our analysis and discussion right now. Moses Kuria. Transfer fee, Kenya shillings 3 billion. It's only second to the Kenya shillings 10 billion that Jacom got to cool down the country after 2017. Well done, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Hata wewe sio mtoto wa paka. That's Moses Kuria's post about 1 day ago. And through that post, even though it's coming out as a sarcastic post, Moses Kuria is actually congratulating Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Yes, for having accepted a bribe of 3 billion Kenya shillings to rejoin Azimio. And that post just exposes the thinking and ideology of Moses Kuria, and more so leaders in Kenya Kwanza Alliance. They see no problem of a leader being monetarily compromised or being bribed into supporting another leader. They see no problem with that. They see no problem with corruption or bribery. But I don't want to go deep into that, or rather to dwell deep onto that. In this video, I want us to have a look at some practical reasons Kalonzo Musyoka is most definitely rejoining Azimio. So in case you've bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Yes. The first practical reason, in my opinion, Kalonzo Musyoka, through experience in 2007, 2013, and 2017, Kalonzo knows how hard it is to beat a government's candidate. Kalonzo knows that for him to be in the next government, he must align himself and support the government's candidate. That is one reason I strongly believe Kalonzo is very, very reluctant to cut ties, or rather to cut links with Azimio. He knows Azimio is most definitely going to form the next government now that they're being supported by the government. That is one thing I'm seeing here. And then secondly, Kalonzo Musyoka believes deep inside him that Raila Amolo Odinga is the most popular presidential candidate currently in Kenya. And Kalonzo believes that even without rigging, in a free and fair presidential elections, Raila Amolo Odinga is most definitely going to win in this year's presidential elections. That is one thing I'm seeing forcing Kalonzo Musyoka to actually rejoin Azimio. And I'm saying that because for some times now, Kalonzo Musyoka has been fence-sitting, and he has actually been looking for which side is heavier or stronger than the other. And now 2 months to the elections, Kalonzo has gotten the right hint as to who of these two leading candidates, Raila and Ruto, who is the most popular candidate and the person most likely going to win. Kalonzo believes Raila is the strongest of the two top leading candidates. That is also a thing clearly taking Kalonzo back to Azimio. And then again, I honestly believe, ladies and gentlemen, that out of pressure from various interested groups, that might also be forcing Kalonzo Musyoka to rejoin Azimio. First of all, from some confirmed reliable sources, we are being told that the president himself has taken charge himself to persuade Kalonzo Musyoka into supporting Raila Amolo Odinga. That is one thing that I know might be making Kalonzo tilt towards Azimio. And then there are also a lot of pressure from Kalonzo's backyard in Ukambani, both from within his supporters and his rivals in Ukambani. The likes of Charity Ngilu, the likes of Professor Kivutha Kibwana. These are leaders giving Kalonzo Musyoka a lot of pressure to join Azimio, because Kalonzo already knows that in the event he fails to join Azimio, then Azimio goes on to win, or rather form the next government. These two leaders, either Ngilu or even Kivutha Kibwana, can easily outstage him, or rather oust him as Kamba Kingpin, by the virtue that now the government or that leader can actually be seen as the senior most Kamba politician. So Kalonzo also wants to join Azimio, so that in the event Azimio forms the government, then he'll be the most senior leader from Ukambani. And he can just use that to mobilize his support base in Ukambani, as opposed to when he's outside and then the likes of Ngilu and Kivutha Kibwana are in government. They can easily throw Kalonzo out as Kamba Kingpin. That is also one thing here. And then again, some few days ago, we saw some Kamba professionals and even the clerics from Ukambani urging Kalonzo Musyoka to join, or rather to rejoin Azimio and not Kenya Kwanza Alliance, or going it alone. So you can see clearly that pressure from all these interested groups might also be pushing Kalonzo Musyoka into rejoining Azimio. And that can also be a very strong factor making Kalonzo to just go back to Azimio. And then another point, ladies and gentlemen, I'm seeing a Kalonzo Musyoka, a clever Kalonzo Musyoka, who is looking post-2022. I'm seeing a Kalonzo who is looking maybe 2027 or thereafter. And I'm saying that because of this. If you look at these two leaders, Raila and William Ruto, Raila is urging, and it has also even rumored that he might be even contemplating of going for only one term. Those are the speculations we have actually been hearing, though Raila has not actually come out expressly on that. So Kalonzo sees a more realistic chance of becoming the president on this side, because Raila won't stay too much long in power. If you look at this other side of William Ruto is actually still very young. And if he was to win this year's presidential election, then he would actually go for 2 full terms, in my considered opinion. And after maybe those 2 full terms, with the kind of William Ruto's demeanor we are actually seeing, he's coming out as a leader who can even go to an extent of even amending the constitution to stick to that power. So Kalonzo Musyoka believes that the shortest route for him to the presidency is only through an aging Raila Amolo Odinga. A Raila Odinga who is most likely not to amend the constitution to hang on to power, as opposed to William Ruto, who in the event he assumes that power, he can actually even cling on to that power. And then besides that, I'm seeing a Kalonzo Musyoka who is just also trying to align himself to the government side. He does not want to be outside of the government side, because he believes that if he is on the government side, then maybe even in future again, the mere fact that he's had to beat a government candidate, he might just find himself actually being supported by the government. Kalonzo wants to align himself with the government side for his future political, interest. That's also something coming out very, very clearly. And then also, even before I conclude, Kalonzo sometimes back, he was speaking in Ukambani, and Kalonzo reminded William Ruto that when William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta were still political buddies, At time Kalonzo Musyoka and the NASA brigade, not the NASA, the COD brigade, were actually demonstrating. That time they wanted to throw out the Asa Hassan-led IBC. William Ruto used to chide the likes of Kalonzo Musyoka. And there was a time William Ruto went to Kampani and he started off laughing at Kalonzo Musyoka. That the last time I saw Kalonzo Musyoka, he was sitting on a tarmac road, Kwalami. Kalonzo reminded William Ruto of such sentiments. So I'm also seeing a Kalonzo Musyoka who believes that it's William Ruto's pay time, or rather it's William Ruto's time to also be in the opposition. He used to chide others that they were in the opposition. I'm also seeing a Kalonzo Musyoka who believes it's William Ruto's time to be in that opposition. And Kalonzo is very reluctant to also help William Ruto be in that opposition. Those are the practical factors I'm seeing pushing Kalonzo Musyoka to rejoin Azimio. Even though Kalonzo stated that if it's not the running mate, then I think he'll part ways with Raila Amolo Odinga. But these factors are really bringing Kalonzo back to Azimio. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, just as I did indicate when we were starting, in case you've bumped here for the very first time and so far you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.